Hello, here we will check how hotel management module works. Let's log into the system. On login, here you will get two different menus. One is hotel management, which is primarily having different operation related menus, and this is a dashboard. So this dashboard will give you an overview of the availability of rooms. At the top you can select the hotel, and then on the left hand side you have the types of room and the individual room numbers, and on the right hand side you will have the availability of rooms. You can see there are some of the legends related to the booking status, and accordingly those color will appear on different dates according to the booking. Similarly, you also have additional legends of the blue, purple and the black, which are the blue one is for the checkout, purple and black are for the non-availability of rooms for booking because they might be under maintenance or in cleaning. So here user can drag the number of days that customer would like to stay for and release it, so that it will generate one booking record here. This booking record, you can see the check-in and check-out is automatically filled up, and the room is also getting selected. The price will also get computed accordingly. So here I can select a customer who would be in that particular room for that, and we can define how many adult and children are going to be there. Here a provision to define whether this booking is a direct one or via agent. So if it is from agent, then we can select a agent name, and there is a process, probably a month end process I would say, where at the end of the month whatever reservations are done from the agent via agent, he will get some sort of percentage commission on all the bookings done within that particular date range. Now here I have selected agent 1. Here I can select the source, whether it is an internal reservation, that is a walk-in reservation, through web or through GDS. This is again for the classification of different reservations, though there is no direct GDS integration as such implemented so far. Here I can save this reservation, so it will get saved, and you can see the reservation appears in yellow color as it is in the draft stage right now. We will get into the backend part now by clicking on the hotel management menu. Here the very first reservation menu, which will list down all the reservation at different stages. So here this is the reservation which we just recently created. So here you can see in the backend also the reservation is available. Now here in the draft stage we can define if the customer wants a pickup to be arranged for him. So if yes, then we can create here, or we can define whether it is a third party service, whether it is going to be chargeable to the customer or not, and who is the transport or the service provider. So here I need to define all these parameters, and this is available in we need to configure this in the record. Let's save this record for time being. I will confirm this record. Now currently the reservation is in confirm mode, and now customer is at doorstep to take a possession of room, where the front desk person can ask for the ID details for the individual customer, which we can put in this ID details form. Once all the information is filled in, we can save and close, and like we have asked for the pickup detail. So now I can save this and create a folio. So now this particular record will be available in a folio section. Now if we open this folio record, you can see the room details are already in here, and then there are some other sections like service lines, restaurant lines, transport lines, laundry lines. In this case, here we'll go to the project and go to the transport task, where you can see the transport task got created, which is ideally assigned to a transport provider. And here we can confirm this transport task. Once it is completed, that will create a separate line in the folio. If we check folio, a taxi line will get added in a transport line section, and this value will ultimately affect the overall billing. As far as service lines are concerned, we can directly add additional services asked by the customer on the folio itself. And the prices will get updated accordingly. Now we'll see how the restaurant lines can be created. Now these lines are created from these menus. So here the table order will actually help user to select a room. So here we can see the room number, and accordingly the customer name will appear automatically. Here I can select the table number, or I can skip that as well if the customer has ordered the food in their room. So here I can select the products that are supposed to be delivered to the customer. I can say, okay, there are two products which are ordered. One is of KOT nature, another is of BOT nature. I will confirm the order, and then it appears a KOT BOT button, which will essentially split the order in based on the nature of the product, and these will be available on this KOT and BOT product screen. So this order number is 003. So here you can see there are two quantities of French fries to be delivered to room number 102. So here you can see there is a button which will make, or which will transfer the state of this particular record into a process state, and then finally done. So by this screen, whosoever is the in charge of kitchen, they can see what all pending items to be delivered to the customer. And finally when it is done, so that will get removed. So essentially it will always show you all the pending orders that are to be delivered. Same goes with the BOT as well. Now coming back to the table order, when this table order, I have an option here, create invoice, but since it belongs to a room number, it will just simply add the line in the folio. So it added both the products in the folio section. Now we'll see how the laundry request can be processed. Here in a laundry request, we have an option to place a laundry request where we can set a responsible person and a deadline to finish that particular request. Now I'll select the type with who is going to order, whether it is an internal order or from room. I'll select room for that matter, and whether it is a third party or the internal service, whether this is chargeable to the customer or not, and then I can select the room number, and here I get a supplier name who is supposed to perform this activity. So here I can select the service that I want and the actual products and their respective quantities. So accordingly, you can see the total price for the customer and the total price for the supplier will get calculated. So here, if I save this, so finally the 80 rupees are supposed to be charged to the customer. Now here, this laundry request will proceed with different stages. So here, the first stage of confirming that we collected the clothes from the customer, then send it to laundry. Once we receive back that material from the laundry, we can set it to return, laundry return, then return to the customer, and when it is actually been received by the customer, then at that time we will set it to done state. Now this is the complete flow of laundry system, and here it will add another record in the laundry management section of Folio with 80 rupees or $80, sorry, and ultimately that will again getting added to the final bill. Now, so the restaurant lines, we saw how this particular menu in the backend works. What if you want to use a Odoo POS screen? Now in this section, whatever the orders are getting created, that will be maintained in this section separately, and at the time of checkout, those orders are supposed to be paid by the customer separately. It is not a part of overall lodging or boarding invoice. I'll show you how a POS order will be linked to the Folio. Let's resume one of the session, and in that session we can select any of the product which is available. I can, when we are on a payment screen, I have an option to either select a customer or I can select a room. So here, when a room is selected, it shows me the currently occupied room, and once I select any payment method, and if I validate this, it actually transfers the additional order to the given Folio. Going back to the Folio, we can see that order is available in the POS order section. Though it marked as paid, but it is something you can take it on account, and finally this amount should be collected by from the customer. For housekeeping activities, I can list down different activities with an expected end date. I can assign a particular room for which such activities are to be carried over. At the same time, an inspector can also be assigned to verify the work is done or not. And here on the line level, we can list down the different activities that need to be performed and whosoever is the housekeeper. These activities will be carried over with different stages. These are the housekeeping activities. This is how the housekeeping activities are managed. Next, we have here the request for repair and replacements. So here we can see the list of records for repair and replacement activities. Here we can have a request number uniquely generated, and we can assign what is the complaint, who raised that complaint, whom it is assigned, what product has an issue, so and what is the replacement for that. So this request we can assign to different responsible people. the material can be issued against the request number, so that it will get confirmed and it will be reduced from the stock location. So confirming this request will actually reduce the stock of this product from the warehouse and it will be shifted to the destination location. There are 3 reports available which actually gives you the daily arrival and departure list, room wise guest availability, and the monthly occupancy chart. In customer arrival and departure list, user gets a list of arrivals and departures for a particular day. In agent commission section, here is the provision to generate a commission process for a commission amount for the agent. On save, it will list down all those reservations done against this particular agent and its corresponding commission amount will get computed. This amount can be further paid from the accounting process as a payment. We can also place the order from the website part. User can select a date range for which he wants to check the availability, and accordingly the different room types would be available here on the front screen, and its corresponding prices are available and the rooms which they can avail during that particular stay. Here we can define the number of people who can be a part of it, and I can select the room. I can proceed further. It gives me overall amount that is supposed to be paid, and address can be confirmed. Finally, it will take to the final payment option. Here all the payment methods which are configured, that will be visible, and user can select one of it and pay now. On successfully placing an order, it will create in the backend another order which is generated from the web, and the source becomes through web. So this reservation will work from the website as well. So this is how the hotel management works in Odoo.